The Galapagos Islands are one of the largest national parks in the world, consisting of over 127 islands, famous for its wildlife that can't be found anywhere else on Earth. Over the next few days, we're taking you aboard the Golden Galapagos MC Elite on an ocean safari in this epic bucket list destination.
That's a good line for little GoPro.
Oh.
This is so cool. I've always wanted to be on a little sandbar like this.
This is so good.
If you're new here, we're Jay and Nina. We're an adventure travel couple exploring the best destinations at home and around the world. We're currently in the middle of our South America bucket list series. Last week we spent 3 days in the Amazon rainforest, and now we have flown across the country off the coast of Ecuador to the Galapagos Islands. We're spending the next 4 days aboard the Golden Galapagos Elite ship, sailing from San Cristobal Island to Santa Cruz Island.
Similar to the Amazon jungle, one of the reasons the Galapagos is so special is because it's so remote. After flying to South America, we needed to catch another flight off the coast of Ecuador to reach the Galapagos. Here, we needed to pay the recently doubled $200 per person national park entry fee. But once we got through, we snagged a quick taxi to drive us to the port, where we were greeted by our host and taken to the boat.
Welcome to our home for the next 4 days aboard the Golden Galapagos Elite ship. Starting, we have storage, the classic safe, life jackets of course because we're on a ship, robes in here. Definitely didn't expect to see a couch in here. It just shows how big this room is. I've heard things about rooms on ships. What are they called? Suites? I'm gonna call it a room, but cabin. Cabins on ships being really small and bigger than a lot of hotel rooms we've been in. And over here, we've got a little desk working area. And this is probably our welcome snack, but it feels like it's my birthday and it looks so good. Hopefully we won't be doing too much work while we're here, so hopefully the desk won't get used, but it is really nice to have. We have our bed. Our bed is massive. Both here and at La Selva, the beds have been huge. We've got little drawers in the nightstand next to the bed, and each of the little drawers is branded with the ship's name, which is just really fun if you forget what ship you're on. Another note about Ecuador in general is they use US outlets, so you don't have to get any adapters or anything like that. Also, right next to the bed was an AC remote. I don't know if that's normal for ships, but I'm grateful to have AC. And I'm assuming this room connector, I did read that they can do adjoining cabins. Through this door, we have our own private bathroom, complete with a hair dryer and some amenity kits, a little tiny toilet. But the best part of the shower is the stability bar in case the ship's really rocking. And then the last part of our room, let's go out onto our deck. But it makes me very excited that we have such a big deck right off of our room. We really have no excuse for missing a sunrise or sunset. And that's it for the room tour on the Galapagos Elite. Excited to show you the next 4 days here.
It was nice to have a moment to settle in before getting our briefing on the ship.
What's going on?
We're not drowning, but we're practicing if we're drowning.
It's a good look for you, Neen.
Before we knew it, we were already on our first excursion. The plan was to drive across San Cristobal Island to reach the giant tortoise sanctuary.
We are at the David Rodriguez Breeding Center, which I believe is giant tortoises. We barely entered the gates to the park and saw our first giant tortoise.
You can have a wrench, just a little snack.
You can see he's got his racing number right there on the sign.
Our guide said they can live up to 150 years, and this one in particular was probably about 180 kilograms. We were so lucky to see him eating. That was such a cool experience.
The section for baby tortoises is fenced in to protect them from predators and prevent people from stealing them.
We just got back from our first excursion. We went to the giant turtle sanctuary. Now we are waiting at the pier for the pangas to pick us up, and we have this little cuddle puddle of sea lions, which is so cute to watch.
We were welcomed back to the boat with little snackos before meeting the rest of the crew and having dinner.
All right, it's the end of day one. We just finished eating dinner. The boat still hasn't left port, but man, have we seen so much wildlife already.
We saw tons of sea lions at the port and even some sea turtles just from the pier. Very excited. We got briefed on all of our activities for tomorrow, and it sounds like we are going to have a full day and a really fun day. Update on the seasickness. I still have my patches on, and I did take Dramamine today and have not felt seasick at all.
I also heard that tomorrow we're going to one of the top beaches in the world. Excited to show you guys that tomorrow. Good night.
Good morning. It's our first full day here in the Galapagos. We are going on a hike this morning, and I already see some sea lions playing on the beach. We had a great breakfast this morning, and I actually got 8 hours of sleep last night, which is the first for us here in Ecuador. Stoked on that, feeling great, and super excited to go explore on this hike. We've been on this beach maybe 7 minutes, and we've seen marine iguanas, baby sea lions, and now we have the alpha male sea lion behind us, who's just massive. I understand why all these animals want to live here. I want to live here.
These guys are pretty much always shaking flies off of them. I don't know how they do it. Watching them hop around is so cute. And seeing them play wrestle, it's no wonder why they're called pups.
They're just so cute. I'm about to max out my camera roll on sea lion videos. These are the Galapagos marine iguana, and they're the only species of iguana in the world that can swim, dive, and hold their breath for up to an hour, which is crazy. I don't really think of reptiles as swimmers. They can keep up with the sea lions just fine. Something about the Galapagos is you really have to watch your step. There are quite a few times where I've looked down and been about to step on an iguana or even a baby sea lion. It's kind of like a walking safari where just instead of being in a Jeep or on a boat, the animals are all around you as you're just going for a little hike. Very cool. Look at all of them just chilling in the middle of the path.
Okay, these guys are crazy. They just don't even care and they get in the path.
The island is also famous for its birds, with the two main species being the blue-footed boobies and the waved albatrosses. The boobies may get a lot of fame for their color and name, but I found the Galapagos albatrosses to be far more interesting. Not only can their wingspan reach up to 8.2 feet, but it turns out this is the only island they breed on. They also have an elaborate courtship dance and are monogamous, meaning that they only have one mate for life.
See that dude that just walked right by me?
Behind me, we have a baby Galapagos albatross, probably 3 or 4 months old. He's so big for being a baby. People in our group are stoked on these birds, so I'm gonna take that as a sign that these are some very cool birds.
Another interesting discovery was when our guide informed us that the time we would spend and the stops we would take over the course of our trip are never dictated by the company, but rather by the national park. Similar to the expensive Galapagos entrance fee, this too is for the conservation of the unique environments and species found on these islands. On our walk back to the boat, we got lucky enough to stumble across a hawk. I had never seen one this close before, to be able to admire its incredible markings.
Oh my gosh. I might have a new favorite animal. Bye, buddy. We just got back from our excursion. It was absolutely incredible. And the best part is snack time now that we're back. So we get some fresh fruit and juice, which I'm very excited for.
We have a stingray today on our bed. Look at the chocolates, the eyes, and everything. We have lunch in 30 minutes, and then we're getting sized for all our snorkeling gear and going snorkeling this afternoon. This morning, we saw some sea turtles from the Zodiac, so I'm really hoping we get to snorkel this afternoon with the sea lions, iguanas, and turtles. Lunch today is a pasta bar. The chef cooks it right in front of you. You get to choose all your toppings, and he just whips it up right there.
All of our meals on the boat were delicious multi-course meals.
It does taste as good as it looks. What's better than this?
And once we finished eating, it was time to get ready for the afternoon excursions. What you doing?
What?
Let's go small. This is the best part. To me.
I have some gloves from the snorkeling excursion. Glow number 1, this guy is done. Our little piece back here is broken.
We haven't used it underwater probably since Tahiti. RIP GoPro. Low number 2, no sea lions. Well, not no sea lions. We saw one from the Panga, and I did see one swim under me underwater. But in terms of like playing with them and being right up close with sea lions, it was a no-go. And I was really excited for that. So it is a bummer, but it's a really good reminder that wildlife is still wild. Even somewhere like here in the Galapagos, where we saw the wildlife so up close in person this morning, it's not a zoo and wildlife's not predictable. I'm appreciative of that reminder, but definitely bummed to not get to play with some sea lions this afternoon. Oh, you lived a good life, little GoPro.
You know, just throwing the bag right for
GoPro, if you've seen this and want to upgrade our setup now that we destroyed ours, we cannot leave our room without them cleaning it. Like, we were out of our room for 15 minutes this morning taking photos, came back, bed was made.
I even left a ton of stuff on the bed, and now all the stuff is like laid out really nicely. I don't know how he gets in here so fast. Pretty incredible.
Now we are going to Gardner Beach, which is ranked as one of the most beautiful beaches in the world and also known for having sea lions all over the beach that again are really social and want to play with you. So I think our snorkeling excursion did good for my expectations. I'm currently expecting no sea lions to be on the beach, but let's hope we see some sea lions.
To add insult to injury, on our Ponga ride to the beach, we saw a bunch of cool things in the water.
She got our snorkeling goggles.
Jump in.
We made it over to Gardner Beach and it is absolutely stunning, but like our snorkeling spot earlier, there are usually sea lions here and there are no sea lions right now. Our guide thinks that the orcas maybe came through and got a few snacks, which I understand, but really want to see those sea lions or the orcas. I want to see one of them.
Y'all can see that rainbow.
Oh, that was cool.
This beach has been beautiful and we've really enjoyed it. It's kind of interesting with the clouds because there's a bird on top of our camera right now. Can you see him? He's gonna what? It's this guy right here. I don't know if you can see him.
He just hopped on top of the camera.
He just hopped right on top of the camera. His beak was even like peeking towards the lens. Anyways, we've really been enjoying the beach and our guide came up and he says the first time he's ever been here and there hasn't been any sea lions.
It's a bit sad considering he's probably been here hundreds of times. But there's something about just like being able to get right next to them or being able to swim in the water or the ones that are the pups that are curious and will come right up to you that seems really special. But trying to stay grateful because we're in the Galapagos. How can you be mad?
That was a very scenic sneeze.
This is a wet landing, which means we kind of gotta get on in the water. I think I'm gonna be okay, but that means it'll be really embarrassing if I fall. Pardon. I just splashed everyone, but I did get on no problem.
The ride back to the Elite, we were able to enjoy an amazing sunset. And almost as amazing as the sunset was how they pick up and load our two little boats back onto the big boat.
One thing we can always count on is the snacks. Our little spot with our snack, worst day ever.
To end the night, we poked our heads into the bridge to meet the ship's captain and learn all about the boat before having another awesome dinner.
Good morning from day 3 on the ship. That means tomorrow is our very last day here on the Elite, but we're trying not to focus on that because we still have a full day of adventures today. We have just arrived at Floreana Island and we have breakfast here in a minute. We're going for a little hike this morning and then we're snorkeling at Devil's Crown, which is known as one of the best snorkeling spots in the entire Galapagos archipelago. So that's probably what I'm most excited for. Then we've got lunch, a trip to the post office and lava caves, and potential for some snorkeling, the potential to see some Galapagos penguins this afternoon. Very excited to get that cappuccino and see what happens today. I noticed that they restocked the snack bar and they restocked it with banshis, which are my favorite Ecuadorian snack. Do you think all these people know what a luxury is in their midst? We just finished breakfast though, so I can't just raid the snack bar. I'm really hoping they're still there later today.
After landing on the beach, our guide proceeded to tell us that this was a green sand beach. We all laughed at first, but once we took a closer look, we realized that he was right. From here, we went on a short walk in search of some flamingos.
Our guide Carlos did a great job setting the bar low. He said we'd be lucky to see even 1 or 2 flamingos, and I'm looking at well over 20. Pretty special.
I really enjoyed the slower pace of the walks on land. We walk very slowly and don't cover a whole lot of distance. It's really nice to be able to focus on all the different animals and plants and learn so much about the area while not feeling super rushed. It's still very relaxing, and like right now we're on the beach. We've got a couple minutes to just hang out here, take it in, take photos, take videos, or just sit and enjoy the waves. Then we're going back to the boat to do snorkeling.
I love beaches with soft sand. It's natural too. That's what makes it even cooler. You're getting all up in that crab's business.
He's scared of me. Something that's been surprising about the Galapagos is there's obviously a ton of alive animals, but you also see a lot of dead animals. There's a dead bird behind me. We saw some dead baby sea lion pups, and we've seen whale bones and skulls all over the place. So it really is not like manicured in a certain way for tourists. It's just circle of life out here for you to see.
This is so good. Best day ever.
The chocolate eyes get me every time. Got a little octopus and a crab. Not 1, but 2. They're really pulling out all the stops because we know we're not going to get towel art tomorrow because it's our last day. I feel like I could actually make this one. Maybe. This part, not that. Every time we go to a meal or on an excursion, someone comes and tidies up our room, and we've just been nicknaming that person the ninja because we'll be gone for like, 7 minutes from our room, and we come back and it's like tidied up.
The ninja's real name is Ronaldo. They told us when we got on the boat that we were gonna have room cleaning service 3 times a day, and it's definitely a lot more than that.
Up next was round 2 of snorkeling. As soon as we jumped in the water, I knew it was going to be a good dive. The visibility was way better, and I could see fish immediately. I apparently missed seeing a sea lion swim right by me and go hunting for fish, but fortunately my 360 camera caught it so that we can all enjoy it in hindsight. Other people were able to see sharks, a hidden ray, and tons of fish. Right when we were about to get out, I decided to take one last look around and notice something incredible. 4 rays flying in formation. I just couldn't help myself and swam down to join them. Needless to say, this was the kind of snorkeling we expected in the Galapagos.
We just went snorkeling at Devil's Crown, which has a reputation of being an incredible snorkeling spot in the Galapagos, and it was very incredible.
We got Jay lounging and this bird just floating. He's floating.
In the afternoon, we decided to go for another snorkel, this time with hopes of finding sea turtles. They were everywhere. I was shocked how comfortable they were swimming around us. It was like they hardly even noticed we were there. Another dive meant another quick jacuzzi session. We simply couldn't get enough of being on the sun deck. And before we knew it, we were back on Floreana Island with another excursion. But this one hit a little closer to home.
We are at the Floreana Island post office, and you write postcards, and then the way of delivering them is we go through all the ones that have been left, and if we're gonna be anywhere where people live, we take it to them. We will be in California after this trip before going back to Jackson. Oh, Fountain Valley, we'll be there.
Okay, so we have 3 postcards that we have found that we are going to deliver, and we are going to leave one. Any of you watching this video, come grab this card. Come hand deliver it to us in Wyoming. There we go. Hope you find it.
Our next stop took us underground.
Right now we're in a lava tunnel. I didn't know the Galapagos was known for these.
And even though they were tight in some spots, the tunnels would eventually open up into huge caverns. Some even had pools of water that you could swim in. But the surprises weren't over just yet. On the way back to the Elite, we stumbled upon a very unexpected creature on the rocks. a Galapagos penguin.
The Galapagos penguin is a species critically endangered. It's not like in the Antarctica that they are in very large groups.
You nailing it, Ning?
Last snack time. And we only have one more night.
Our last snack time led us into our final dinner. They really balled out and made us lobster before celebrating one of the guests' birthdays.
Happy birthday!
Day 4 meant that we were getting off the ship. But before then, our guide took us out on an unexpected sunrise excursion to Mosquera Island.
Oh.
This is so cool. I've always wanted to be on the little sandbar like this.
Couldn't have been any better way to end our time exploring the Galapagos Islands by sea. If sea lions weren't Nina's favorite animal, they definitely are now. It felt impossible to stop recording on my camera.
Oh my goodness. There's a lot of really incredible things to see here in the Galapagos, but I don't know that anything can beat watching two little sea lion pups splashing around in the tide pools. That is just the cutest thing of all time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. On the move.
Oh my God. There is a baby sea lion just flopped right in front of Nina. He literally walked all the way up and then just flopped. Oh my goodness.
So we spotted this baby sea lion down by the water and he was so cute. So I came and sat on the sand kind of upshore and then he like spotted me and just started waddling towards. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna move. Usually you're supposed to stay 6 feet away from the sea lion. So I was just rolling around. So adorable. How can that not be my highlight of the Galapagos?
I would stay on this boat for a month if they let me. One of my favorite experiences we have ever done, and I know I say that a lot, but I'm not saying it lightly this time. I think one of the reasons that my heart is so sad to leave is that there's just so much to experience and we have barely scratched the surface of it. All that to say, this has been truly incredible. I am so grateful for this opportunity.
But even though our time aboard the MC Elite was coming to a close, we decided to stay a few more nights in the Galapagos on Santa Cruz Island. Here, we would have 2 more very memorable experiences. One was staying at the Hilton Royal Palm and eating a 5-course meal at their lava cave restaurant. The other was going scuba diving. Nina and I have mixed emotions about scuba diving. The last time we went, we got engaged, which was awesome, but I also was in extreme pain the entire time due to not being able to equalize my ears. This time, however, went a lot smoother. Not only was I pain-free, but we were able to see some unbelievable sea life. I will never forget encountering those hammerheads and massive Galapagos shark. But hopefully, those memories will help me to forget about the fact that I needed to hop on the guide's emergency oxygen supply.
Thanks so much for watching. We are so sad to be leaving this ship. Up next, we're heading over to our 20th country of Peru to hike the Salcante Trek to Machu Picchu. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow us over on Instagram, and catch us next time for another best day ever.